Leaving one of K-pop's biggest groups is already a huge risk. But leaving that group, changing your name, and returning as a completely different artist? That's a move very few idols are willing to make. Yet that's exactly what former ENHYPEN member Heeseung decided to do. Reintroducing himself as Evan, he officially began his solo journey with the self-produced track Ride or Die. However, while this song has already been gaining impressive attention worldwide, not everyone agrees on what exactly Evan is trying to say with this debut. From emotional fan theories about the music video, to criticism surrounding the song, choreography, and overall concept, Ride or Die has quickly become one of the most talked about solo debuts of the year. One of the biggest theories surrounding the Ride or Die music video is that it actually tells the story of Evan's departure from ENHYPEN and everything that followed afterward. The music video opens with Evan spending time with friends, laughing and enjoying carefree moments together. Many fans believe these scenes represent the early stages of his idol career, when he was still part of a group and shared both his struggles and successes with those around him. Everything feels warm and nostalgic, creating a strong sense of belonging. However, that atmosphere changes dramatically once the car accident occurs. For many viewers, this is one of the most significant moments in the entire video. The sudden crash has been interpreted as symbolizing Evan's unexpected departure from ENHYPEN. Just as the accident happens without warning, his exit from the group also came as a shock to many fans. Things become even more emotional after the accident. When Evan wakes up, nobody seems able to see him. He walks through crowds, yet people simply pass by as if he isn't there. Many fans interpreted these scenes as representing the loneliness and uncertainty he may have experienced after leaving the group, almost as if he had suddenly become invisible. However, there is one thing that never stops following him throughout the music video: the car itself. No matter where Evan goes, the car continues to appear. At first, he seems afraid of it and repeatedly tries to run away. Some viewers believe this symbolizes him struggling to accept the dramatic changes taking place in his life and attempting to distance himself from his past. Eventually, though, Evan stops running and finally gets into the car. This is where the title Ride or Die takes on an even deeper meaning. One interpretation is that he is finally accepting his new reality instead of trying to escape it. Rather than remaining trapped in the past, he chooses to move forward and face whatever comes next. At the same time, other fans believe the car represents something entirely different. Instead of symbolizing a new beginning, some argue that the car represents Evan's identity as an idol. Throughout the video, whenever he is separated from it, people fail to notice him. Without it, he almost seems invisible, as if he has lost an important part of himself. But once Evan finally returns to the car, everything changes. He reconnects with that identity. The difference, however, is that this time, he appears to be in control. Instead of allowing his idol image to define him, he seems to embrace it on his own terms, while expressing himself more freely. Interestingly, even after people begin surrounding him again, there is still a lingering feeling that they don't completely understand him. Some fans believe this reflects the reality that no matter what choices Evan makes moving forward, there will always be people who question or misunderstand his decisions. Whether the car represents accepting a new chapter or rediscovering his identity as an artist, both interpretations ultimately lead to a similar conclusion. Ride or Die appears to be about embracing change, accepting who you are, and continuing to move forward despite uncertainty. While Ride or Die continues to perform strongly on charts around the world, proving that there is significant global interest in Evan's solo career, not everyone has been completely convinced by the song itself. Some listeners have praised the emotional atmosphere and artistic direction of the track. Others, however, have expressed far more mixed opinions. One of the biggest criticisms has been the heavy vocal processing used throughout the song. Many listeners argued that Evan has already proven himself to be a talented vocalist, so they expected his natural voice to be showcased much more prominently, especially considering this is his first release as a solo artist. Instead, some felt that the vocal effects made the song sound overly generic, with a few even claiming that almost anyone could have performed it. The production has also become a major topic of discussion. Some listeners believe the trap-inspired instrumental and relatively simple percussion make the song feel somewhat empty. According to these critics, stronger drums and more dynamic instrumentation could have added greater emotional impact and made certain moments feel more powerful. Another common complaint concerns the song's length. At just over 2 minutes long, many listeners felt that Ride or Die ends far too quickly. Some argued that including a bridge featuring fuller vocals and a stronger build-up could have elevated the track and provided a more satisfying ending. Perhaps the most debated criticism, however, revolves around the song's overall sound. Since this is Evan's official solo debut, some listeners expected a much clearer separation from his previous work with ENHYPEN. Instead, they felt that Ride or Die still sounds relatively similar to the music he released as part of the group. That said, not everyone agrees with these criticisms. Others have pointed out that Evan was heavily involved in nearly every aspect of the project, including the songwriting, composition, engineering, concept development, and music video production. Because of that, many fans argue that the song reflects Evan's own artistic vision, rather than simply recreating ENHYPEN's sound. However, the criticism didn't stop with the song itself. After Evan finally revealed the choreography for Ride or Die and performed it on M Countdown, a new wave of discussion quickly emerged online. Some viewers argued that performing as a solo artist has made certain weaknesses more noticeable. One of the biggest advantages of being in a group is that members naturally complement each other, balancing strengths and weaknesses. On a solo stage, however, every movement, expression, and performance choice receives far more scrutiny. Several viewers specifically criticized the choreography, calling it underwhelming and claiming that it lacked the polished feeling they had previously associated with ENHYPEN performances. Others argued that performance choices which worked well in a group setting appeared somewhat exaggerated when presented entirely on a solo stage. The styling also became a major point of debate. Critics felt that the combination of choreography, outfits, hairstyle, and makeup created an overall presentation that felt somewhat disjointed rather than cohesive. Some even compared the debut to ENHYPEN's more refined image, arguing that the solo concept lacked the same sophisticated aura. Not everyone agreed with those criticisms, though. One fan came to Evan's defense, arguing that his talent has never really been in question. According to them, Evan has repeatedly proven himself as both a singer and performer. Instead, the fan believed that the issue lies with the creative direction of the debut itself. They argued that certain aspects of the concept felt forced, almost as if the project was still trying to connect Evan to his past rather than allowing him to fully establish a new identity. In their view, Evan clearly has the ability to succeed on his own, but the current concept may not be the strongest representation of his talents. At the end of the day, Evan's solo debut has clearly divided opinions. While some see Ride or Die as a bold first step that showcases his artistic vision and willingness to experiment, others believe that both the song and overall presentation still need refinement. But perhaps that's what makes solo debuts so fascinating. They represent the beginning of an entirely new chapter, one where artists are still discovering exactly who they want to become. As Evan continues shaping his identity as a solo artist, it will certainly be interesting to see how his music and performances evolve moving forward. But what do you think? Is Ride or Die the perfect introduction to Evan's solo career, or do you think he still has a lot to prove?